Non-Americans of Reddit. What was the biggest culture shock you experienced when you came to the US? Commercials were particularly obnoxious. Advertisements in between the titles cr. The different kinds of flavors for beverages. I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of options. Medical advertisements on TV. Tipping. And not just tipping, but tipping so much that the entire thing I bought, e.g. a meal, is now in an entirely higher price bracket. Root beer. Food portions are just gigantic compared to Europe, also their weird obsession for trucks. Everything is sugar. The bread tasted like cake. No sidewalks. Not everywhere, but outside of major cities. You often literally can't walk between places safely. The air conditioning. Everywhere. And the literal temperature shock between the inside and the outside of any fucking building. The portion sizes and free refills. The asterisk toilet doors. Or lack thereof. Not enough door. Seriously. You're a wealthy enough country you don't need to leave an inch gap at the sides and a foot and a half at the top and bottom. Trucks. Trucks in America are huge and there are a lot of them. Food portions. Your sugar has very little food in it. Suez turtles aren't Ninja Turtles. So many people I met didn't own a passport. I know that international travel isn't an option, or a desire, for everyone. That said, I just couldn't imagine not having one. I always knew you eat your food really sweet, but that there is so much sugar in it was really shocking. Lawyer commercials and, if this happened to you, you can sue them, commercials. How completely convinced they were that they are the normal ones and anything outside of that is weird. Mostly on the West Coast. Seeing children of all different color. It was beautiful. From entering JFK Terminal all the way to my hotel room, nobody spoke English. Grocery stores with tiny fruit and vegetable sections but multiple snack aisles. Oranges cost more in Florida than they do in Canada. How early everything starts. School, work, 6 a.m. wake-ups. That was hard. In my experience, every time I travel to the States I find most Americans that I meet to be nice, friendly people. They get a bad representative on TV, social media. I can't believe nobody's mentioned how massive everything is. Your roads are so wide. Your buildings so big. Your portions and cars and everything. Just so massive. I'm Australian. Why can't they understand me? We speak the same bloody language. It was weird to see alcohol being sold at ordinary grocery stores. Where I live it is only sold at liquor stores. People still expect tips for being rude and for bad service. Loudly crying. How far back in time the southern US is. my buddy visited from LATAM. He said the biggest culture shock was portion sizes and just how big everything was. And no, he didn't visit Texas. A sign at the front door of a restaurant to remind patrons not to bring your firearms inside. To please leave them in your car. Smile. A lot of cool food in shops. Expensive property and medicine. High salaries. Nice people. I'm from Russia. People pay for their own food. As someone who came from China, where everyone fights for the bill without the intention to pay, this is very refreshing. People don't say please. Also, you guys really are demanding of customer service. Probably justifiably. The love for guns and the praise of violence. Wow. This question has not been asked before at all. Typical answers every time. Food portions, food sugar content, guns, flags, talks too much, rude tipping. Prescription medication ads on television. WTF. How basic McDonald's was. I mean, we have some exciting stuff on the menu here in Southeast Asia. You can do better than just a Big Mac and cheeseburger. The power of some toilet flushes shocked me. One was so loud it actually hurt my ears. Then I remembered the whole poo knife thing and figured it must be necessary. I just want to get my gas and maybe donut at 7 a.m. When I visit USA and still ask for my ID or passport, but I'm 31 yo. The insane food portion sizes in restaurants. It's no wonder the US has a massive obesity problem. British here. The first time I visited the US I was 11. I heard a mom scream at her daughter, "Get your fanny over here." Fanny means vagina here. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. How much and how loudly people talk about themselves with no apparent regard for their audience. Guys hanging around naked in gym locker rooms. It was absolutely shocking. How big the portions were. How unnervingly nice waiting staff is. I saw a rat running away with a piece of pizza in its mouth in my. I kid you not. The size of your portions. I have seen meatballs that were the size of tennis balls. But also your teaspoon is like the size of our tablespoon. It's like everything is upsized. The taste of chlorine in all things tap. My recycling shame is still suffering from all the bottled water. Granted, this was in California, so might be better in other places. The food portions. Spent Christmas there one year and had our dinner on a cruise ship. The slices of steak they give you at the carvery are more like steaks. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.